So I have this thing. I've realized that I don't know how I'm going to be around people who are famous or celebrities and stuff like that. And I found out really hard when I met Michael Turner, who's well-known artist who's no longer with us, several years ago. And I was in line and waiting because I have my Batman, Superman, Supergirl graphic novel that he did. I wanted autographed, and Ian was like, "Hey, Dave, what are you gonna say to him when you meet Michael Turner for the first time?" I'm like, "What am I gonna say to him? He's an artist." I'm like, "Here, good job, sign my freaking book." I'm like, "What is it like?" It was like, "He's not Jesus. What am I gonna say to him?" I'm like, "He's no. What do you mean? What am I gonna say to him?" And he was like, "Oh, okay." So about a person, like there's like probably like two people ahead of me. Suddenly, I like literally had a panic attack, like right there. I turned to Ian and I said, "Oh my God, what am I gonna do?" I said, "What am I gonna do?" He said, "What's wrong with you?" He's like, "This is Michael Turner. This is not anybody. This is the Michael Turner. He's done Witchblade. He's done Fathom. He's done Batman, Superman. What am I gonna do, man?" He's like, Whatever happened to like he's just?" And I'm like, "You say you're not even paying attention. You're not listening." And so I like had a complete freak out. Then all of a sudden I got up to him. I was like, "Hey, man, you're the greatest. You're the best. You're the best Batman artist I've ever seen in my entire life." And people say Jim Lee, but I'm like, no, it's you. Actually, he does do my favorite Batman because I like the long ears and the look. He does do my favorite Batman. But I like had a complete meltdown. Like I literally was like, I will fight people right now. Anybody in the parking lot right now for you. He was laughing. He loved it. He thought it was great. He said, "No, I appreciate it, man." He's like, I'm glad you like my the way I do Batman." I was wearing his Michael Turner's rendition of Wolverine. I had a Wolverine t-shirt. I was like, "I'm even wearing Wolverine." I was like, "Can you sign this for me?" I mean, I'm like sweating. I was losing it. And like, "Can I take a picture?" Like, it was nuts. He was super nice about it. You know, he wasn't feeling it because he was still fighting cancer at the time. And he just loved it. He loved it. He thought it was. And I was like super appreciative. And I walked away. Ian got something signed. He came in. He was like, "What was that?" I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. He's like, "Dude, you're nuts." It's just, and I have many more encounters like that with people who are famous. I don't do well. I don't do well in front of famous people. So next time I probably should get one of those on recorded, and you'll see how I get. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. Hey everybody, this is the House of Dark and welcome to a new episode of Real Talk. I know it's only been a week. It hasn't been that long. It's only been a week. I was gonna do one yesterday. I got distracted. Final Fantasy VII Remake came out Friday, so I was definitely distracted with that. I would have done one Wednesday, but I got distracted with some other stuff. I was running a game, things like that. But I'm doing one. We're doing a couple. So first thing we're gonna do is a review. Yes, we're reviewing something. So for those who don't know, obviously with everything that's happening around us, going to the movies, literally is not a thing. So a lot of the companies who have movies made are either releasing them early or possibly putting them on streaming service. We may get some MCU movies early, maybe. We don't know. But at least some for sure are being added to streaming service. Like Frozen 2 was put on Disney Plus like way earlier than they had planned. Things like that. And so we were, fortunate to have Trolls It's Trolls 2 World Tour, Trolls World Tour was on demand, and it's supposed to be in theater. Actually, it's supposed to be in theaters yesterday, I believe. It was their actual release date. But because of, obviously, like I said, of the situation we're in, we're not going to be able to do that. But it is available now online to watch. You gotta pay, but you can watch. And so I sat down with the wife and kids, and we sat and watched. My 6-year-old is a big time Trolls fan. She loves it. She loves it. Like she has like poppies, like all her hair and stuff. She can do like bows in it and stuff. She has had jam and stuff like that. So she loves Trolls. I out the gate was not 100%. This is the funny part. When Trolls first came, did I see it in theaters? I don't remember. I can't remember if I saw the first one, but I did see the first one like a few times. I think I saw it in theaters, but at first I wasn't about it. I was like, "What is this? This is ridiculous." And then I kept hearing, Anna Kendrick, sure, they got James Corden, just like, all right. Then the music got me. That's what pulled me in, was the music. I saw, I was like, wait, that's my music. Wait a minute, this is this is a music movie. So literally, it literally pulled me in. The music got me, and then there's the good writing and stuff like that. But the music was dead on, like hit me in the face, and I was like, you know what? All right, I got you. I see you, Trolls. I see you. And so I was about it after that. So when Trolls World Tour came out and they were adding, they were pulling in all the genres and bringing in people like Mary J. Blige and Ozzy Osbourne and George Clinton and stuff like that. I was like, all right, I'm in. Let's see how this goes. And literally, I'm dead serious. They didn't fail on the music. I feel like it exploded now. Now you have more music being pulled in. Obviously, so now, for those who don't know, Trolls World Tour is literally Infinity War. Someone told me that the other day when it first was coming out, and it's like, oh, David, this is kind of like Infinity War. I'm like, is it? Then I looked at it again, and it's about one character getting all the strings that represented all the music, become one, and then take control, have power over all the music in the entire world. Was it literally? I was like, oh my god, this is literally Infinity War. And nobody dies, but definitely it's changing the universe as it is. So it does have that feel, Big shout outs to Kelly Clarkson and Sam Rockwell and everyone else who was in that movie. And I feel like that was funny to me, and it did feed into that. But and just out the gate, one of my only negative about that movie, my only negative is the relationship with Branch and Poppy. I feel like they took it back a couple of steps to have it progress in this movie, even though I don't know, I thought it was weird, that they did that. But that's my only negative. If we're gonna take it as a negative, we'll take it as a negative. It didn't hurt the movie. It's just sitting there watching and wait a minute, that doesn't make sense because in the last movie. So that was my only thing. Oh, and people always go like, David, it's a kids movie. I said, yes, but you're pulling in the adults with all the music. So keep the story cohesive if you're gonna do stuff like that. I know some kids won't pay attention to that because they're children, but with these movies, obviously, there's always gonna be some underlying message in it. And this one, there's a couple. One of them obviously is about accepting those who are different. Obviously in this movie, one of the big things they push in this movie is that just because they like something different from you doesn't make them bad or make them not worthy of being friends or stuff like that. Because the whole thing with Barb is her character, she wants everyone to be like her music, minus everybody else. And the problem is you end up finding out that was an issue. And then it's some of the characters' view is oh man, their music's different. It's kind of weird. I was like, I don't know about that, but it's more, obviously it's talking about not just music, but just people in general. Just because they're different doesn't mean they're not good people, or you can't be friends with them, things like that. So I get it. It has all that in there. And part of it also too has to do with your relationship with people. Your relationship can't just be based on what you want it to be. You have to be, there's a compromise to it. You got to be willing to listen to the people around you and pay attention to how they feel and things like that. So they got all that in there, but the music killed it. They were pulling. They literally had everything in there that you didn't. They obviously show you the primaries because all the strings, the primary strings, they kind of they showed it in the trailer. The primary strings of, first of all, they expand the world, so they make it very clear that trolls aren't the trolls that they are in the movie aren't the only ones that exist. First of all, you already have the indication because what's his face, the four-legged guy. I can't think of his name right now. He's different from everybody else, so he's already different. And I called him the black guy of the group because he was. And so when they introduced all the other trolls in the trailer, and I saw the funk trolls, I'm like, oh, there's the people he belongs to. I wonder if he knows that. There's that journey. But you have funk, you have it's funk, classical, rock, techno, and pop. Yeah, 6 strings. Did I do it right? Hold on. Classical. Oh, country. I forgot country. It's classical, funk, pop, rock. I did it again. Techno and then country. So it's 6 strings. And obviously Barb, who represents hard rock, she was all about collecting all the strings to make it all to literally dominate the world with rock music and make everybody the same. And the whole story is like being the same doesn't mean it makes the world better. That's what it's trying to show. It's like diversity is what enriches the world. Being different is better than being the same, and stuff like that. And one of the things I would say is you're okay with liking other stuff. And I thought it was funny because I grew up listening to a lot of like R&B music because of my mom, and a lot of Motown and stuff like that. OJ, Temptations, like everything from Four Tops to Spinners. Who knows who the Spinners are? Obviously, my dad was big into like Rick James and Parliament, and we grew up knowing like New Edition and all these. So we were really big R&B and stuff like that. And I got into hip hop on my own, but like I grew up living in those genres, right in there. So when I started like and we didn't deviate from that, you know what I mean? So I grew up not deviating from that. So, like metal and all that and rock and stuff like that, to me, that was like, some of it was like, oh man, that's a little special. That's the devil's music. That's how it was played. Obviously, when I got older, that changed, especially when I got into my teens and started hanging out with friends who listened to like, I was not into alternative music at all, but I started hanging out with like a couple of my good buddies to this day, and and the funny part is like they introduced me to their music, I introduced them to mine, and because of that, we enrich each other's like, we widened our horizons, our palettes were expanded when it came to music, and I feel more enriched because of that. And so it is more about like, expanding yourself, not just because you like one thing, which there's nothing wrong with that, doesn't mean you can't like something else. It doesn't change, it doesn't make you less of who you are if you like something else. And I started liking like, when we were listening to alternative music, I would my mom would come home from work or I'll sit and she goes, what is this? I'm like, oh, this is Offspring. She's like, okay. And so my world started being changed, and she's just kind of like, why are you listening to this music? I'm like, I kind of like it, and some of it I didn't, and some of it I did. But you're, like I said, you're allowed, but I learned to grow with it, and then I started liking more like rock. I have a buddy of mine who's a hardcore rock and metal guy, and I knew a little bit, but I hung out with him, listened to it more and more, and I got more into it. And then I have a good buddy. He's in Arizona now. He's a big time country guy, but he loves himself some Metallica. That man, woo! I got him to like the Gorillaz and Linkin Park. He tried to get me to like country and I refused. He tried to get me to like country and Dave Matthews band, and I was like, no. The only country I like, I take it back. The only country I like, you hear me do that? The only country I actually like is Lone Star. They have a couple of songs from them. Some Brooks and Dunn, very few. Some like this is more recent with some Chris Stapleton. For some reason, that brother speaks to me. And stuff here and there. If I hear it, I'm like, hey, that's Toby Keith. Hey, that sounds like Brad Paisley. I recognize stuff. But in my arsenal of music, there's not very much. In my playlist, there's not very many. Not that there aren't there's just not that many compared to everything else. And I got into I had a couple of years I was super into like house music. I went to one rave, and that was it. I was into house music and some electronic music, and that's in my stuff too. You can tell if I ever just make a playlist, you always can tell how much of a difference I am now versus what I was like when I was a kid. Plus, some of this music didn't exist when I was a kid, and some of it I just never got access to because I didn't have any money. So it definitely is I grew on a when it comes to taste, but that happens with time and stuff like that. But it just goes to show that just because something's different doesn't mean it's bad, or just because you like something that's different doesn't make you bad. And so there's plenty of people in my life who listen to certain songs and certain music, and I'm like, I don't know how you listen to that. Shout outs to Beyond the Reef. She's a big K-pop. She's all about that K-pop life. She's BTS for life. I don't know how she listened to that. I'm not gonna lie. I poke at her and make fun of her for that, but she likes it. She's one of my good friends, and I love her dearly. And she likes it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. People think I'm weird because I like Linkin Park, and I still jam out to some NSYNC from time to time. I'm a 250-pound, 6'2" black man. They're like, how are you? I'm like, hey, it's what it is. So it is definitely, you learn to accept people for what they like and what they don't. and they're allowed to like things and not like things, or they are allowed to be. The word is eclectic. My brother, shout outs to Beast Boy. He listens. He will. I will talk to him on the phone, or I'll go to visit, and he literally be like, "Hey, David, I got this song I want you to listen to," and he finds some stuff. I don't know how, but his boy will find some stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, it's because of him. It's because of him I like certain people. He discovered Maroon 5 before I did, and I liked it because of them. He discovered like Talib Kweli and all that, and the hyphy movement. He was all about that. I was like, what is this? And he like, but because of him and his variety in his music got me to like stuff. Certain things like that. And so to expand yourself can be enriching and give you more to work with and stuff like that, and makes you a little more well-rounded, you know what I mean? Not everything I like. And the one thing this movie also shows, there's other sub-genres or genres we don't think about when you think of music, and they kind of get introduced in this movie. And it's very funny to me because like you don't think about those guys, but they're in there. They exist, and they're just some folks I can't get into. Like someone was trying to get me into Yanni. I was like, you can't. They showed me videos. They were playing music. One time I got in the car. I was like, what is this? I said, is this Yanni? Dude, yeah, man, you gotta listen, man. You gotta feel it, man. I'm like, I can't do it. I tried, and I did try. I'm not gonna lie, I did try. I couldn't do it. Something about it just played against my gears, man. I was like, nope. I feel like I gotta grow hair out and I get a beard, and I couldn't do it. And she loved it. She thought it was great. I'm like, that's fine. You love Yanni. Just stop trying to make me like him. It wasn't working. But that's one thing about this movie. I like this movie. It has its things. The music, like Justin Timberlake was one of the executive producers for this film. So obviously the level of music that's going to be there is clear. It's clear as day. There's no question about it. And I liked it, and I thought it was fun, and I enjoyed it. Like I said, like it's a little Infinity War, but it's okay. It's a kids movie, and like I said, the backtrack of like one of the characters or like the relationship with two characters was weird to me. I was like, why'd you backtrack it? It was weird. But to me, I think it's fine. It's fun, and for those, and music works for both, for all ages, because there are some kids who don't know this music, because like obviously they're not gonna know who George Clinton is, or things like, because that's Parliament and Funkadelic. That's my dad's stuff. Like my dad would listen to those albums, and I was sitting there looking at the cover of the albums of like, man, the art in those of the like a lot of the Parliament like albums of like George Clinton. I'm like, what is this? And it was just like it was there's some out there like covers for those albums, but it was good music. And so you're gonna get kids to be introduced to music they didn't know existed, and I think that's one of the good things about these movies. Like this one, the first Trolls, like the other movie was Sing and stuff like that. You expose kids to music that they wouldn't normally listen to unless their parents listened to it, and so it's good, and you give it a chance to have the adults who've lived with this music and grew up with this music enjoy it as well. Because in order for this stuff to survive, it's got to get passed on somehow. And a lot of the good people are out there who are like good, like they have favorite artists are out there now. People like Isley and Halsey and all these people out there, and like Justin Timberlake to all the way down to like what Lil Nas and all these guys. The old music is what built a foundation for these people, Kelly Clarkson, all of them, to the music they listen to today. If you ask them, who are your favorite artists, there are going to be some new ones. There's going to be some kind of old, and there's going to be some classic old school guys out there that they like. And that's what it's about. You show the kids what their music was before that led to the music that they have now. And they learn to appreciate a lot of the older music. My 16-year-old still listens to music from like early 2000s, like 2000-ish, which is funny because I'm like in my 20s at the time. She's listening to music. I'm like, you weren't even around for this, but she likes it, but that's what you want. You want them to like the older stuff, to appreciate the older stuff, and it helps them more to appreciate the good stuff that comes out now. Granted, some of the music that comes out now, it's on the fence like that, but that's why we still have all the older stuff we can enjoy as well. So with that, lockdown, I want to say, big ups to them. Big ups for them for putting out Trolls World Tour for us to watch at home. That's a big thing to do, because I don't know how much money they will make off of this. I mean, the fact that you can still get it, you know, it's like $20 for on demand. You can watch it like for what, 24, 48 hours once you rent it, unless you buy it. Yeah, you could buy it. But to have it out there for not only for the adults to enjoy, but for the kids, because the kids are stuck too. They're locked at home too. So what are they gonna do? Other than drive their parents crazy, they got to give them something to do. And this is, you know, and this is a good movie. It's rich with a lot of musical knowledge for them to enjoy from both sides. You know what I mean? So I will give this movie a solid. If we're gonna add a 10 this. Other than the weird backtrack, I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. You know, and what's interesting with this kind of music, with these kind of movies, you can't do everything. Like, all you can do is very specific music based on the genre it is. And like, you wish you could listen. You're not gonna listen, because also the interesting thing about music. When you go like, all right, think of R&B. Who's your favorite R&B? You know, when you think R&B, who do you think of? I will automatically say Boyz II Men. And maybe somebody else will say like Mary J. Blige or R. Kelly or Color Me Bad. Who knows what Color Me Bad is? If you do, shouts to you. Good shout outs to you if you know who that is. You know what I mean? Or then when you go like, what do you think about hip hop? The first thing I'm gonna say when someone says hip hop, I'm gonna bring up like Busta Rhymes and Black Eyed Peas or Talib Kweli, you know, Wiz Khalifa, you know, he has a couple that hits me in the chest. You know, Will Smith is out there, and people, you know, I think hip hop, you know what I mean? So everyone's gonna have different things that they pull from each genre. So it's interesting to watch this movie, and like they pull songs like, oh, but you know, and I know part of it's like money, they have to pay for the rights to use these songs, but it's, you know, having it from like the perspective of like Justin Timberlake and stuff like that. He's gonna pull from older stuff because that's part of what he grew up with. And he's gonna grab a couple maybe new-ish in there, kind of. But so you're gonna get a lot of old soul. You're gonna get stuff from like 60s, 70s into 80s, 90s, 2000, kind of. So it's good. It's good though, but it covers a lot of things. It doesn't cover everything, but it covers a lot of things. First of all, you're never gonna get everything you like when it comes to music. So especially when music in a movie that's about music. But you're gonna get a lot of good stuff, and that's what I like about the movie. So perfect. I mean, like I said, it's a kids movie, so it's supposed to be entertaining for kids with enough stuff for adults, and the music is for everybody. Literally is. So check it out, support it, because obviously, if you like music, and if you like all kinds of music, because this movie it represents all kinds of music, especially this one. Maybe not so much the first one, because the first one it's about them there to pop trolls. So that's the music you're gonna pull a lot of pop. But this one covers a bunch of genres, and so be ready to hear everything that you like or don't like. Who knows? We'll see. But the point is that, you know, just because someone else likes that music and you don't, doesn't make you better or make them worse. You know, even if it is K-pop. Love you, Brandy. You know I'm talking about you. Anyways. This is the House of Darkner talking about Trolls World Tour. Thank you for everybody listening on my podcast. Thank you for everybody watching them. And I haven't dropped the YouTube video in a minute, but part of it's because my hair was like out here and I didn't shave. So I had like I look homeless. So when I did the last one, I forget what the last episode I did, I didn't record a video because I was like, I look rough. But now I'm a little better. I'm wearing my X-Men shirt. Y'all can't see, but it has a big X-Men symbol. Look, I'll show you right there. Bow! So I'm wearing that. Sorry, podcast, if you can't see it. Ow, I just jabbed myself in the sternum really hard. But enjoy it. Enjoy the movie. Enjoy everything. Thank you guys for being supportive. One of my friend's sons has started a basketball podcast. What's it called? I gotta look at it real quick. Hold on a second. I saw him pop up. Yeah, we're doing this live. Where's he at? There it is. Press.easy. He has a legitimate podcast talking about basketball stuff. Literally. So it's called Press.easy. Easy with a Z. Press, PREST.easy. EAZY. Go check him out and support him. That's my friend's son firing out some basketball knowledge to you people on his new podcast. Go support him. Check him out. You will enjoy it. And once again, this is the House of Darkner. Big shout out to everybody. Stay safe. Have fun, even though it's kind of hard sometimes to have fun. And, especially right now, consider the situation, but that's why you have to have a lot of board games and good friends. And Zoom does a lot. Skype people, Zoom, text, yellow folks, it's enjoyable. So anyways, this is the House of Darkner. You guys have a good one. You guys stay safe. And do not fight the music. Do not fight it. I'm telling you right now, don't fight it. Because you'll be sitting there doing shimmies like this, and then all of a sudden you just can't stop. You just be shimmy, 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 shimmy. You don't even know what to do with yourself. You just can't stop. You can't stop.